Hey everyone, this is Psychedelic Actualization. Today I would love to share an ayahuasca experience with you. It was the second night of an ayahuasca retreat which I visited recently, and it was a wonderful and powerful night. And in this video I want to present the most juicy insights from that night because there was so much. I just want to dial it down to the most meaningful ones for you, which is being fearless, growing more, getting into relationship with the medicine, the dynamic of working with the medicine in the space itself, and singing during medicine, and my experience of singing during the ayahuasca experience. This is kind of the key points that I would love to focus on, and it's very much on the personal level. And it was a very gentle experience, which I'm going to share here. If you want to see some more intense, rough ones, which are just out there and very spiritually connected, you can watch this video, for example, right here, which was part of the first night of that retreat, which absolutely catapulted me into, divine space. You will see for yourself. But for this one, let's just jump into the juicy insights for this ceremony. It came on strong and fast, and it was like, I don't know what's coming up, what's gonna come up. It had no clear direction, and boom, my sickness came up. I was like, of course it's gonna be my sickness. Okay, let's look at this. And this is really talking to the part of getting into relationship with the medicine, getting into dialogue with the medicine, because I was kind of starting this dialogue of like, hey ma, I have this sickness, right? I've been dealing with it for over 8 months now. I don't know what it is. How open are you to working on it in your own way? If you're not open, that's also fine. Kind of not having too many expectations, but gently giving. I was kind of gently giving it to the mother, to the medicine, to Aya. And I was like, do with it whatever you want. I'm fine either way. And then it started working. It started working in my body, and I was like, oh, I feel something is happening. But I'm not quite clear what it is. I didn't really understand what it is. And then I was like, okay, I'll let you do the work. How can I support you best? Kind of asking the medicine, how can I support you in this process of you healing me? Or taking this offer. And it was like this fun synergy and connection with the medicine and this dynamic of us working together in this space. And then I was like, okay, I will just take one deep breath at a time and relax ever so deeply into the space so you can do your work. And I support you in that. And sometimes it was uncomfortable. I was like, and it was beautiful to have this experience. And just time will tell if it did something for the sickness or not. No expectations. I had a little bit of a backlash after the ceremony, as it is kind of a healing medicine, but still physically also a bit exhausting, right? To stay up and to do all that kind of stuff. And also the inside of the balance, right? Not just expecting the medicine to heal physical conditions, but the insight came as well to take responsibility for it myself and to really, if I want to see change, prioritize it in my day-to-day life, approach the diet with a little bit more awareness, do some detoxes, read some books about health, and try to look into that condition for myself and take the responsibility for this journey of healing on my path. Not just giving it to the medicine. So that was the first section. Second section, it opened up and still I was overflowing with a lot of insights. And you guys came up. Thank you so much for being here, right? This gratitude came up for you, for this channel, for this passion of sharing. Wow, I'm amazed. I'm amazed by how far we've come, right? As a community. Here, together. And I really had this intense wave of joy and bliss, and tears were running down my face just by the recognition of the beauty of this channel, of what we've built together, of this community of like-minded people, of you guys reaching out, of us connecting together, of us working together in the coaching space. Wow, thank you for that. Really, thank you for that. And the incredible happiness came up for me regarding my path, regarding the coaching that I'm developing at the moment. And the love of coaching really came up. And I asked myself the question in the ceremony, which is leading to this juicy insight of being fearless, is how can I be the best coach possible? Ooh, that's an interesting question. Ooh. Also a good one for you as a client. If you're a client and you get coached, how can I be the best client possible? Ooh, such a powerful question as well. Just a little secret question that I'm offering my clients. Right? So just this happiness of having found coaching, and then the ayahuasca showed me regarding this question, showed me my potential of like, wow, this is how I could live my life. The dedication to live the best life possible for myself. That's what I love about this profession so much. It's like, it's the best profession ever. Like, as a coach, as a powerful coach, I gotta be the best version of myself. I gotta be the embodiment of what I teach. Wow! And kind of live a life aligned with who I am at the core. To radiate that love and that truth out. To be a role model. Wow! What a powerful thing, right? What a fantastic profession. And just the details of studying all of that, again, I'll leave those out. But basically a key insight was, for growth to happen, we gotta be fearless. That's a juicy one. And it's kind of like a common sense, a little bit of like in the space of self-improvement, leave your comfort zone, right? But no, I want to take it a step further and say, and that's what the IR showed me, of like, not just leave your comfort zone, but go where the fear is. In a reasonable space, right? Not in a dangerous space where you could, I don't know, lose your life or whatever. But you know these situations where you're like, you're just afraid. You're just not confident enough. You're just afraid to approach that mentor, send out that email, go for that job, right? Put yourself out there. Have this tough conversation. Whatever, start the psychedelic circle in your city. That's what I plan to do, right? And there's fear, and that's okay. But we are growing. We're growing when we go where the fear is. When we are faceless, we're gonna grow most. Wow, that's so powerful. To be able to integrate that, to ask yourself some powerful questions of like, where am I most afraid to grow in my life? What am I most afraid to look at? Is it the relationship? To take that to the next level? To go into more depth with your partner? Or to even find a partner? Is it psychedelic space? Is it your job? Is it something that you're like, I don't feel like I'm fully aligned with my full potential here? How can I take that up a notch? Take that jump and really grow by going where the fear is. That's what it showed me as a way of unlocking your potential. Ooh, that's so powerful. That's so powerful, right? So for example, that means for me, I want to go out to festivals and kind of give talks, apply to be on the stage and share what I'm sharing here basically on the YouTube channel, also live in person, as there's a great passion, but also a little bit of fear, right? Just like this confidence and courage. Have courage. Have trust in yourself and the courage to go where the fear is. As Terence McKenna said, nature loves courage. That's what the psychedelic experiences are showing, right? If you drink that cup of ayahuasca, well, you might have a very challenging and tough time, but you might be rewarded as well, as you have been courageous enough to look at yourself and to look at that shadow part of yourself, to bring and shine the light of awareness onto that. Nature loves courage. It's a powerful quote. I love that statement. And to live in accordance with that is very powerful. The next question I asked was also about the coaching of like, how can I serve my clients better? How, not just the question, how can I be a better coach, led to the question of how can I serve my clients more powerfully? And it showed me some insights regarding that, of really seeing the potential, really tapping into the highest version of the other and seeing that and holding themselves accountable and being a little bit more bold and strict and courageous in showing them that, challenging them to hold them to that greatest version of themselves. Basically, that's what a psychedelic, right? What the ayahuasca was doing with me, and what some psychedelic experiences are like, which are showing me my highest potential. That's what I'm doing as a coach. Coaching is like a mini psychedelic ceremony, basically, where it's maybe not as intense as an ayahuasca experience, but can be quite intense, right? For me to act as a psychedelic. That's why it's so aligned with my life purpose. I love it so much. And see the greatest potential and the greatest version in the other, and then push them and challenge them to see that for themselves and inspire them to create step-by-step action plans to realize that version and to unlock that potential, to realize that potential. Wow, so powerful. And there was much more regarding like the details of the coaching style and how I want to show up in the space, and some other business ideas. I don't know why I'm getting so many business ideas recently in psychedelic space. It's powerful, but that was the lesson that I wanted to share. Right, this being fearless, this showing up, going where the fear is. A lot of personal stuff came up, and I guess the last thing that I wanted to share here was the singing, right? And that came up as I was in this maloca, where it was also a very special kind of ceremony, where everybody was allowed to sing along with the songs, and there were songs from all kinds of traditions. I was drinking with Manesh. There's a report which you can watch right here where I reported back from my experience of drinking with him, and we're singing together in the maloca in the night. Mantras, songs, rainbow songs, songs of truth, like some of my favorite songs, and also Ikaros, and like it's a whole mix-up of very beautiful songs, and everybody is allowed to sing along, and that's been a very powerful experience. And I was so happy to be there. As I just drank one cup, I was kind of slowly coming down very early in the night, as I was not taking a booster. And then I was just singing along and feeling the songs very powerfully. And I just fell deeper and deeper in love with the process of working with the medicine, right? Really having this love and this amazement for the space and for the weekends that I've experienced, and the deep appreciation for this style of ceremony and for this experience of singing together. That's what's also so special about the ayahuasca, right? A lot of the times, not always, but most of the times, it's a community thing. It's done in community. And right, Kalindi Yi, for example, said with the mushrooms, even though those can be done in groups and with partners, it's a journey from the alone into the alone. And there might be the potential for ayahuasca to be the same on journey alone, but traditionally, and the way I've been doing it and going about it, right, at these retreats, is to do it in community. And to really kind of sing together is really cultivating and fostering a certain sense of a connection with the people and the participants that are there. And it forms this really unique, special connection with everybody. And it feels like family, right? Doing this work together and singing songs together throughout the night while each and everybody is having their own unique ayahuasca journey. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful, and I love it so much. And the singing is another part, right? During the ayahuasca experience, I was very aware of my voice, very conscious, self-conscious about my voice, how it sounds like. Is it disturbing somebody? As I've been always very shy with sharing my voice. and singing, especially singing songs. And it was such a it's such a new area for me to realize, and that I realized in this ayahuasca experience, that finding my voice and sharing my songs is part of the process, part of the healing process, and part of a beautiful growth happening for myself in ayahuasca space. I was receiving some beautiful feedback regarding my voice, and I was like encouraged to sing along, and it was so powerful. It felt very much empowering to tap into that. Another aspect of it was, at the end of the first night, there was the space opened up for anybody to share a song. And I kind of wanted to share a song, but I was like, I was so not ready. Like, I was so not confident enough to share my own song. I was just like confident enough to sing along, yes, but not share my own song. I was like, oh. And I remembered a friend of mine whom I've had a conversation with right before the retreat, and he shared a story about approaching a girl or not approaching a girl because he was too afraid or whatever it was. Greetings to you, brother. And I remember, and he shared the lesson of like holding yourself in that, being kind, loving yourself for not being ready, acknowledging that and being with that, holding yourself in that, not readiness to approach that girl, to share that song. Not yet. Not in this situation, maybe in another one. And so I was holding myself also in that situation of not being confident enough yet to share the song in the circle. And that was wonderful as well, kind of this aspect of compassion and kindness and love towards myself. Wow, so much love, so much connection to the people, to the medicine, to the work, to the healing work. And yeah, that was it. This sitting up and singing and feeling the power and feeling the truth of the words that we were singing, and this praise to the Aya and to the Mother and to the aspects of the divine was just like magical. Magical is the right word for what's been happening there, and the work is just like, it's so wonderful. So it was a very soft and gentle night, but still very much deep, and packed with a lot of insight and packed with a lot of healing as well. So, I love that so much. I love that so much. By the way, as I'm just remembering, if you want to prepare for your ayahuasca experience, I wrote an ebook, a workbook, an ayahuasca preparation workbook where all the details regarding the diet and the preparation is included. You can download it completely for free. Link is in the video description. Also, if you're curious about the coaching, obviously shoot me a message. There's a link in the video description as well, as I would love to see if it resonates, if we might work together. And you tapping into the coaching space, as I just love it so much to practice and master that out of the coaching. That's about it for this session. I think that feels complete. As I was feeling towards the end of the night, I was just like basking in this feeling of wholeness, completeness, peace. Just like this deep presence and this deep gratitude for life. I really did feel like, wow. Really, I feel complete. And that's one of the greatest, right, realizations and gifts, that yes, you are always already complete and whole. That's our true nature. That's the consciousness. That's the loving awareness. It's always already whole and complete. Wonderful, wonderful. I hope you got something out of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I deeply appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Jai Madre Ayahuasca!